Thanks for tuning in to Venture Connect Online. You are watching LifeScience, episode 18, featuring 4 companies focused on improving life through science and technology. Applied LifeSciences and Systems Poultry is developing and commercializing biodevices to deliver precision animal health technologies for improved production and animal welfare. Lindy BioSciences develops formulation technology enabling high concentration, low viscosity suspensions for biologics for subcutaneous and injection. NuPulseCV is a med device for advanced heart failure, providing long-term ambulatory device that could be used outside of a hospital. 1063 Therapeutics developed a platform that leverages proprietary AI and state-of-the-art physical models to explore an unprecedentedly large chemical space to discover new therapeutics. Be sure and book a meeting with a company of interest by clicking on their calendar links below. They look forward to starting the conversation.
When we meet with companies, when we meet with entrepreneurs in life sciences, you're going to spend 50 to 55 minutes of that hour talking about their passion about why they're doing what they're doing, why this was important to them, and why it's an important problem to solve. All of them have deep scientific background in the space that they're trying to tackle. But I would say quite a lot of them also have some sort of personal connection to it as well. My father-in-law, who I was very, very close to, he got cancer at a very young age. My wife and I had been married for only a handful of years at that point, and unfortunately his cancer journey was a long one. So I think I've seen the damage that it can do. I've seen how great it would be if somebody could tackle this problem. And when it gets to the point where you talk about the financial aspect of it, that's really where our expertise and our passion comes in, right? So joining those two efforts and being able to help them solve the problems that you spent the majority of that meeting facing in an area where you have passion and you have drive, I think ultimately helps them accomplish their goal.
Greetings all. I am Ramin Karimpur, founder and CEO of Applied Life Sciences and Systems, a Raleigh, North Carolina, a startup company. With your permission and to honor the 4-minute limit of the presentation, I will pass through some of the slides with little elaboration, as the slides will be available for those interested to view later on at their leisure, and we will be available to discuss any questions. We have a solution for $11 billion a year problem in the poultry production. Poultry industry currently loses over $1 billion a year due to diseases and non-optimum processes for health inspection and gender identification. With removal of antibiotics and chemicals from poultry, diseases such as coccidiosis increase mortality by 200 to 300%. Current methods for vaccination are inadequate as they are mass applied and do not reach each and every bird. Our solution is a high-tech automated vaccine delivery system which with precision targeting assures each and every bird is vaccinated against the costliest poultry diseases. By reaching over 95% vaccination rate, we shall totally revolutionize the poultry industry, which currently is afforded vaccination rates from 20 to 50%. Each of our systems can save the poultry hatchery, producing 50 million chicks a year between 1.9 to 3.1 million. We will be more than glad to talk about this model, as you see here, with regard to the FCR, field conversion ratio. Utilizing high-speed imaging, artificial intelligence, robotics, feature recognition, and microfluidics, we can individually vaccinate millions of chicks at 100,000 chicks per hour with over 95% vaccine uptake. As you will see here, the chick comes and is presented, image is captured, and vaccine is delivered. That chick just got vaccinated. Our modules for gender identification and health screening also afford us additional revenue channels, which we would be more than happy to discuss in details later. We will install and maintain and lease our systems to the poultry industry. This is a well-known business model to the poultry industry with no upfront capital investment on their part. We expect a highly profitable and scalable growth. With current supporters that we have from the industry, which includes the top 10 poultry producers, who have also participated in conceptualization of our systems and supported of R&D over the last 4 years, we feel very comfortable gaining customers as quickly as our system becomes available. Merck Animal Health, world's largest poultry vaccine manufacturer, has participated in our growth from very beginning, both as our strategic partner and also one of our main investors. Our board of directors include a few of the most seasoned executives of the animal health, poultry, and high-tech industries. We were founded in 2015, and prior to our Series A in spring of 2019 for $8 million, we had already raised $3.6 million through personal funds, grant funding from NSF, Foundation for Food and Agricultural Research, Merck Animal Health, and 1NC. We are currently looking to raise our Series B for $14 million in late summer or early spring. With that said, I thank you all for your attention and look forward to talking with you as in the near future. Many thanks.
Starting grad school, I spent much of my studies basically developing new therapies for ischemic stroke. In research, in basic research, you have the great idea of how to move something forward that may lead to a treatment that may help us or others down the line. But what tends to happen, you tend to leave that project behind at some point. That idea that may not otherwise, get out there. And once you realize that and you want to push forward with what you want to do more, as far as seeing that therapy to market or something to that effect, you kind of want to go into a position that brings you closer to that end product. For me, I decided to go to law school. My current work basically focuses on, having, new technologies being presented to me, developing a patent strategy, having investors come and invest into that idea, build a company, and that company will then spin out a product that could help, many different individuals. We're actually, on the side of startup companies with new ideas to bring those ideas to the bedside of patients.
Hi, I'm Deborah Bitterfield, founder and CEO of Lindy BioSciences, where we are changing the delivery of biologics. We're developing a formulation platform for biologics that will shift the standard of delivery from an IV infusion that takes hours to a single subcutaneous injection patients can administer themselves. So this is a single injection under the skin. Ultimately, what we want to do is return control to patients. We want to give them back time and improve their access to new drugs. Think about what it means to take an IV infusion. Patients not only spend half an hour to several hours taking the infusion itself, but they have to get to a clinic. They have to wait, get prepped. For patients with chronic conditions, this can mean an afternoon every week just spent taking medication. Now more than ever, the importance of the accessibility of at-home drug delivery is brought to our attention. As I sit here recording this from my home, and you're likely watching it from your home, think about how difficult and risky it is for patients to have to go into a clinic just to take their medication. So why is this so difficult? Why is this a challenge? Here we have the structure of an antibody, which is a typical biologic, and aspirin, a typical small molecule therapeutic. In size and complexity, this is like comparing a commercial jet to a bicycle. Biologics are very large, complex molecules, and this gives them some really great advantages. Their complex structure means they're very, very targeted and therefore very safe, but it also makes them a challenge to formulate. It means they're less stable. They can't be taken orally, they have to be injected. And often they require high doses. That combination means often the only way to get the dose into the patient is through an IV infusion. So our solution is microglassification suspensions. Our patented technology uses solvents to extract water from solutions of a biologic or protein, resulting in a dry powder, these tiny microspheres you see on the screen. We then take that powder and then suspend it in a liquid that's suitable for injection. So the powder gets suspended in the syringe, injected through the needle, and then redissolves in the body. This lets us condense an IV bag dose into the volume of a single syringe, effectively quadrupling what can typically be delivered in a single injection. So to bring this to patients, we need two key partnerships. We partner with CMOs for manufacturing, and we partner with pharma. We don't develop our own molecules, but we partner with pharma to formulate theirs. We're currently getting revenue from a number of development contracts, and we expect to be licensing the technology out to our pharma partners in the next year. There are over 140 companies developing antibodies, and we're currently working with 6 of the top 15. So in just a few short years, our team has demonstrated some key milestones in injectability, stability, and manufacturing. Our next focus is on long-term stability and increasing our in vivo data set. We expect to be raising a Series B sometime early next year. So simpler drug delivery. What exactly does this mean? For pharma, this means patient compliance. It means having a platform that they can apply across their pipeline, an extension of IP around existing products, and ultimately a competitive advantage. For payers, it means lower cost. It means less time required in the clinic and less time required of healthcare personnel. And for patients, this means less time feeling trapped in that long routine of taking medication. It means regaining control and spending more time living your life the way you want to. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your attention, and we look forward to connecting soon. Thank you.
I'm a coach of my son's baseball team, and as kids grow and develop, they've got to take risks to be successful. I mean, the best thing in baseball is that the best players in the world, only hit, 30% of the time, right? But it's hard for kids to realize that. They think they've got to, hit it every time at the plate. How do I apply my entrepreneurial skills to being a baseball coach? So early in my career, I just struggled with really developing some deep relationships, and finally had a boss kind of hit me over the head and basically tell me that I was trying to say the right thing and be someone else instead of being authentic. Embracing fear of failure and failing forward is a good thing, and so not worrying about saying the right thing, and when you do that, the relationships pay off. Now I'm really passionate about helping people and see them have the same opportunities and success. It's sometimes really hard to connect the dots, so you just have to make sure you have an environment and a culture that allows for people feeling comfortable to fail and people just taking risks just in general. And I think if you are not afraid to make mistakes yourself and kind of fall on the sword, then it just allows them the freedom to do the same.
Raman and I am president of NuPulseCV. We are developing a medical device for the treatment of advanced heart failure. There are over 600,000 patients with advanced heart failure in the United States. We are developing a minimally invasive heart assist device that allows patients to return to their normal quality of life, be of low economic burden to the healthcare system, and have a low complication profile. Here is a picture of Mr. Johnson, who 3 weeks ago was in the hospital getting our device, returned home, wore the device across his shoulder, and is mowing his own lawn. We have implanted 79 patients to date. We have FDA approval for a pivotal study, and we have an established reimbursement pathway with Category B reimbursement from CMS for both our current study as well as our pivotal study. We are looking to serve at least 80,000 patients who don't really have another option, resulting in a large exit opportunity. The NuPulse device consists of 3 major components: the blood pump, which is inside the aorta, connected to the skin interface device, which is the only thing you see exiting the body. It is the size of a water bottle cap, and that port is connected to the NuPulse drive unit. The drive unit has a bellows mechanism which inflates and deflates the pump using or is controlled by the patient's native ECG rhythm. Heart failure is a progressive disease starting with patients who are sick, maybe can walk around the block and are taking medication before they eventually deteriorate to the point of requiring a heart assist device or a transplant, which are open heart procedures. These open heart procedures are not always favorable for all patients, and there's an unmet need between electrical therapy and heart assist devices where patients would benefit from the NuPulse device. We have achieved some major milestones over the last few years, including completion of a first-in-human study, as well as the phase 1 of our feasibility study. We're currently in our phase 2 and enrolling, and we're looking to kick off our pivotal study, which is FDA approved by the end of the year. With 79 patients implanted, we've accumulated some data, 12 and a half years of total time on device. 29 patients have been discharged from the hospital. 11 patients have been on the device for greater than 6 months, and we've demonstrated a low complication profile. We're implanting at several sites across the country and also working on our next generation percutaneous device, which we believe is the future of the system. We have designed a system that can be implanted in the catheterization lab, expanding our patient population. We've already had successful animal delivery earlier last year, and we are focused on a first-in-human milestone in 2021. We have a management team with extensive experience in mechanical circulatory support, and we're thrilled to have investors who've put in $50 million to date, including companies who have experience with medical devices such as Abiomed and Nihon Kohden. We're looking to raise $55 million in our Series D. That money will be used to complete our pivotal study and take us to eventual FDA approval for commercialization, which we anticipate achieving in fourth quarter of 2023. We offer a significantly attractive value proposition due to our 80,000 patients who could benefit from our system with attractive annual revenues. The LVAD market, the ventricular assist market, is a multi-billion-dollar industry with an implant rate of 5,000 devices per year in the US. In summary, we are a versatile device that allows patients to get back to their activities of daily living. We look forward to expanding commercialization beyond the US after we receive it from the FDA here first. We're thrilled to have an experienced scientific advisory board and steering committee members who are at renowned institutions across the US. And we're also happy to have been in we've published and been in the press, which highlight the benefits of our system. If you have further questions, please contact me. My name is Sona Patel, president of NuPulseCV. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Marcel Frankel, CEO of 1063 Therapeutics. 1063 combines state-of-the-art physical models with novel and proprietary AI algorithms to develop effective and durable therapeutics to some of the world's most deadly cancers and diseases. Today, we know that roughly 4,000 proteins play a role in one disease or another. However, 8 out of 10 of these disease-modifying proteins are currently believed to be undruggable, leading to many conditions being considered untreatable. At 1063, we're working to change this paradigm. What sets us apart is our unique ability to explore a much greater chemical space than any other company. We can search over 100 trillion different molecules. In fact, you see that orange square? That represents the chemical space explored by all other pharma companies combined. It's less than 0.5% of the chemical space we explore. We believe that by being able to explore a significantly greater chemical space, we will consistently be able to find a way to drug what others currently believe to be undruggable. And what has allowed us to break free from this cycle of exploring the same limited chemical space over and over, and finding again and again that it is unable to drug 8 out of 10 disease-modifying proteins, is our proprietary, protected, and unique AI platform. However, drugging the undruggable is not enough, because diseases like cancer can quickly develop drug resistance against whatever therapeutic you throw at it. That's why we pioneered the ability to predict resistance mutations, And we're using that technology in combination with our ability to search an exponentially larger chemical space to challenge the disease to a chess match, one played through evolutionary time. So how does it work? Well, the drug we're making, the colorful sticks, is being designed to effectively target a disease-modifying protein, the gray surface. The emerging red patches represent computationally predicted resistance mutations that would make the drug inefficient. What we're doing is simultaneously designing a therapeutic that can overcome drug resistance while being potent and selective to its desired target. This unique method not only generates first and best-in-class therapeutics, it also allows us to reduce the cost and time of drug development. On the business side, we are pursuing partnerships for co-development of new drugs while focusing on our internal pipeline. To that extent, we have built a global R&D infrastructure that remains operational even in the current crisis. Furthermore, we have built a team composed of world pioneers in computational drug design and AI, and we combined it with experts with deep pharma experience, including senior vice presidents from Merck and Novartis, and a preclinical discovery leader from GSK and Vertex. We believe that our team really sets us apart, and that extends to our scientific advisory board, which plays an active role in helping guide the science behind the company. And it's composed of some of the most prominent scientists in the world, including 2 MacArthur Genius Award winners. We have strong institutional investors supporting your company, and we're currently raising. Thank you.
Their calendar links below. They look forward to starting the conversation.